So guys, today I'm going to show you an easy way to do mag flips. Normally, doing a mag flip can be a very hard technique to pull off, but there is an easier way to do this technique, which I'm going to show you and explain in detail on how I do it. The first clip is definitely going to be the harder version, which I can do, but I do struggle to do most often. And the second clip is going to be the one that I do, which is a lot easier to pull off than the first one. So on the second clip, I'm going to show you my way of doing a mag flip, which is a little bit easier to do than the one that you currently saw. So the way that I do it is usually if I'm in a drift, I will completely use the drift and speed boost off of the platform or whatever I may be on. I may be on the ground. That's usually to give me a little bit of turbo so I can do it a little bit better and faster, since when you're going much faster, the momentum kind of helps you in some way. However, you can still do this without having to boost. Usually it's better to do it slow and start off easy. So the first thing that I usually do is I get into a drift before I actually lift off of the ground to make sure that I can get into the right rotation. So usually the car will be around 40 to 80 degrees tilted, so it's going to be a little bit off. If you have the car pointed to the wall from the back side of the car, it's not going to be so effective. In fact, it's going to be a lot more harder to do. So you want to make sure you're not too directly tilted off the wall that you're going to mag flip, because it will mess you up. You want to make sure that you get close to the wall, and then as soon as you're close enough to the wall, just not too close, you're gonna try and flip onto the wall. So basically whatever button you use, I don't use controller, I use mouse. So for me it is right click to latch onto a wall. The car will immediately latch onto the wall, and you want to use your thrusters straight away. If you're doing it correctly, then the car will look like it's trying to go onto the wall, and then you've suddenly started sort of boosting away from it, aka the thrusters, and it's going to look like you're kind of sliding when you're doing it in a drifting way. In a way it's funny to look at because it's like air sliding on an invisible wall. So doing this technique and learning this technique, you're gonna want to make sure you master it as quick as you possibly can, because I'm pretty sure as soon as this video comes out, a lot of people who do see it and do struggle with it will go immediately into practicing to try and get out of elite or champion or diamond or wherever you might be stuck in. So you kind of want to make sure you practice this as quick as possible. Anyways, this was a new take on doing rocket racing videos. So if you actually want to see more clips and stuff learning about rocket racing and techniques and all that, maybe even routes, then make sure you mention it in the comments. And yeah, just mention the maps actually if you want to see routes on how I do it. Maybe you might learn a thing or two. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to